All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one will be doing our final review for the first season, and this is for the final episode, the season finale for The Walking Dead World Beyond, episode 10, In This Life. All right, and so we made it through. We are now all the way through the first season for World Beyond. I successfully reviewed each episode this year, from season 1, episode 1 to the final episode, episode 10 for Walking Dead World Beyond. So yes, this weekend is the double finale for Walking Dead World Beyond, and we just got to see the 10th episode of the series, In This Life. It also aired early on AMC Premiere or AMC Plus if you have it. And but if not, you can just watch on a regular AMC back to back, I think, or they have the episodes, both episodes in a double finale tonight. The deepest cut, episode 9, which I already reviewed yesterday, and then today we're doing the final review for this double finale, episode 10, In This Life. So very impressed with how the season ended off with the season 1 finale for World Beyond. I wouldn't be too surprised if this was actually a series finale, but they have said that they still plan on doing a second season of Walking Dead World Beyond. I would not be surprised at all if it actually doesn't come to fruition with just everything that's going on in the world and all that. So if there's, for example, if there's future, lockdowns and whatnot, let's hope there aren't. And let's hope we get to see the second season of World Beyond, which is supposed to be, I think, another 10 episodes for another 10-episode season. So I'll say this, now that the season's over, now that we've seen the season all the way through, I actually, I enjoyed World Beyond, actually. It started off really, really slow. I got to admit, seeing the kids kind of go around and seeing them try to survive in the zombie apocalypse, which was kind of, sometimes it was a little bit... It just, at least at first, it was a little bit difficult to get into because, they're just teenagers. They're not able to kill zombies. They're puking on zombies. They're kind of scared of zombies. A single zombie will be difficult for even, them to take down, even maybe as a group, or even, even if they have a superior weapon or something. Dropping bowling balls on zombies, hanging out in a tree fort, stuff like this. So, but by the time that the season ended off here, at the time we saw the actual conclusion of the season with the final 2 episodes, I have to say that I actually did enjoy it. I thought some of the cool parts, like you have in episode 9, Elton kind of wrapping the wire around the walkers and, Star Wars style. And you have him saving Percy, and now we see in the finale episode that Percy is actually going to survive, and it looks like Silas has actually turned himself kind of into the CRM in order for the others to get away. It's pretty cool, and it does have kind of a cool feel by the time you see episode 10 all the way through, and that the CRM are so formidable. They're so advanced that we really have never seen anything like them before in the Walking Dead universe. This group has the most survivors of any group we've ever seen. I think they said over 100,000 or so, didn't they? And which we found out in this series that's the case. They also have advanced strategies with regards to their military. They have helicopters operational. They have checkpoints. They have drop-off points. They have even information control, so they keep it clandestine. They also will go after people who kind of escape, so you have kind of the sort of the concept of keeping it covert or keeping it clandestine, as when people go to leave or try to get away from it, they will hunt them down and send out the troops after them. Now, there may be some small leaks, but for the most part, it seems like, they really lock things up to really keep that art of war secrecy, so the any other communities out there won't know at all what they're dealing with until it's too late. So some very cool stuff here with Walking Dead World Beyond. So we have episode 10. So we have the start carrying over from episode 9 with Huck and Hope. So you have kind of the fight with the gun and with the zombies. We have a part where it looks like maybe Huck will, or Hope will shoot Huck. And then we see afterwards that she doesn't. She kind of fires off a shot and a whole bunch of zombies come in. And then they sort of kind of team up together to kill the zombies. So, because we do get the sense that Hope really doesn't want to shoot Huck. She remembers shooting Elton's mom. And so This is difficult for her, but she decides not to do it. She decides, I guess, maybe she can't do it. She also probably likes Huck in some ways, and Huck kind of reveals that the whole thing is kind of a sort of a setup or what have you to kind of get Hope sort of. It's revealed that their dad did not send those messages to them, that was Huck sending it to them to kind of try to get her to go off with her, and it didn't end up working. Hope ended up leaving with the others, so then Huck had to kind of go with Felix to get them and then kind of take them away from there. And I do want to say in this episode there is an awesome fight sequence between Felix, and spoiler warning, and Huck, when you have Felix and Iris who catch up to Hope and Huck, and they really go against each other. Now you have Felix is injured, so he's got the problem after the slash on the back of the is like a ankle type of lower leg ankle type of a slash there. So it's a really great fight scene. One of the best that we've had in Walking Dead, maybe actually. One of the ones that maybe reminds me a little bit of like the Negan versus Rick fight scene when Rick kind of chases him down. You have fire, you have the whole bit going on there, and you have their cool kind of swords that they have. So they're not exactly like katana swords, but they've got kind of the point at the end and everything. They're kind of slashing at each other and everything. So it was a very exciting fight. It was very cool, and you have some good moments here in which you have Hope where she has to decide if she's going to actually shoot Huck at the beginning, and then also when she's wrestling with Felix. It's really good stuff. It's very exciting. There were several parts during this episode where I thought that Huck would be killed off. There was even a moment where I thought, oh, maybe Huck beats Felix and Felix will be killed off. And we end up seeing the episode go through, and nobody is really killed off as far as they're concerned. But you have Hope who kind of turns herself in because she doesn't want to see others get hurt, and the CRM is just too formidable. They're too strong. If she kills Huck, then she knows that the rest of the CRM are going to just try to track them down and find them. And we know based on their numbers, based on their weaponry, helicopters, the whole thing, it would be very difficult for the group to escape in the zombie apocalypse. It wouldn't be impossible. They could probably do it, but it would be difficult. And we get kind of a sequence of that. We get to see that with Elton and Percy and Silas as they're trying to get away from the CRM that are kind of coming after them, and it is very difficult to do. To get away from them. So there's a part where she puts the gun to her head in order to get Huck to kind of listen and do what she wants her to do, and then kind of decides that this is the best way. So then you have kind of a separation between Hope and Iris, which is, to see the sisters separated is something. And so you have Hope, who's kind of going to go off helicopter. She's going to go off to Elizabeth and the CRM to study and to become something like her father, I guess, or to be one of those great minds in the future. And so you have that happening, and then you have kind of Iris and Felix who go off another direction and end up running into Will, who has escaped from the CRM as well, because they're getting glimpses and they're getting to see how kind of tyrannical and sort of evil, I would even say Luciferian, the CRM is, in that you have them basically the same motif as we've heard many times before, which is the idea of the greater good, if you've seen Hot Fuzz, or the concept of the end justifying the means, which is a Luciferian principle. It's basically doing evil in the micro in order to do good in the macro. So seeing evil as necessary in terms of building, so necessary in terms of doing what you want to do. So sometimes you may have to kill somebody or do an evil deed in the micro, or slash someone in the back of the leg, or do some of this in order to achieve greater results in the so in the micro you do something evil, in the macro to do something good overall. That's basically Luciferianism. So the end justifying the means, this kind of idea, or the greater good overall, this kind of idea. Example could be, I think Swordfish, they kind of mentioned something of this as John Travolta's character. No, that's okay. In Swordfish, I don't remember who it is exactly, but you kind of have a mention of doing something evil, like let's say you had to kill one person to save 1,000,000. It would be kind of a Luciferian idea or strategy. Would be you kill that one person and then you save, in order to save the rest. So it's kind of the same concept of the greater good. So evil in a micro in order to achieve good overall, which it looks like the CRM follows heavily. So good stuff as far as all that goes. I like the CRM a lot. I think they're a great group of villains. Very fearsome, very scary, very sophisticated, very smart. So Hope decides to kind of turn herself in as part of this. Seeing Felix reunited with Will again was pretty good. I think it was touching and everything. You're happy for them to see them kind of get together and all that. So that's good. Exciting stuff. Happy to see Percy does survive as well. So actually, you don't have too many deaths, but it's probably just fine because here I am thinking you're going to see that, and you don't. So it kind of swerves us in terms of what we would expect to see, and then we actually don't see that. So some of the other parts of it here, I'm just thinking, like I said, the fight was good. All that stuff was good. And we do get some scenes with their father and the lady that he's sort of testing with is, I guess, his girlfriend, what have you, this kind of thing. And she's sort of practicing to herself that she had informed some of the others that she got the information in the CRM that Hope is gifted. And so that kind of spun into everything else we're seeing here. So that's sort of revealed as well, too. And I think that's most of what I wanted to spotlight or focus on. They fixed the truck. There's the door, the room that they find that has all the stuff in it to kind of prove that Huck is a traitor and everything, and that she's on the side of the CRM, her being Elizabeth's daughter and all that. It's all around. It's really good. Both episodes 9 and 10 were really good. Episode 10, I'm going to give it an 8.7 for this one. If you didn't see my review for 9, I did it yesterday. It's in the channel. You can watch that too. Really good stuff. Love the fights. Loved all the stuff. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a second season if that one gets done, and to see a lot more from the CRM in that, like I said, they are the most fearsome, the most sophisticated group of villains, I want to say, because they sort of are. But if you're privy to Luciferianism, then you might say that they're not really villains. Again, they're doing evil in a micro in order to do good in a macro. So let me know what you guys think about that one as well, too, and that kind of doctrine. We have that in real life as well, too. That's the ruling elite. That's exactly what they do for the most part. There's groups of Satanism in the ruling elite, too, but Luciferianism is very pervasive with regards to the ruling elite. It means that they're not against starting wars. They're not against doing evil, in order to maintain their dominance. Because if they see it as if they were to lose dominance, if they were to lose control of the world, then it would spiral into even more evil and even more chaos afterwards. And, I don't know if they're right about that. I guess might is right, so whatever they say goes, and no one can stop them. No one can, defeat them. So they're right in that their opinion will be the one that is pervasive and is the dominant one, because no one of the same level of might could defeat them in order to disagree with them in order to change that opinion. So that's it for this review, guys. If you liked it, please comment up below. You can share, you can favorite, you can subscribe to the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. That's Season 1 of World Beyond, guys. See you soon.